Night! Tonight, on the 500th episode of Game Night, Deborah, Nikki, Rusty, Lincoln, Mike, and myself, Dave, we're going to sit around the table and talk a little bit. But before we do that, we're going to teach and play Green Team Wins, a game for 3 to 6 players, published by Goliath and 25th Century, and designed by Nathan Thornton. So if this is your first or your 500th episode watching us, please join us at the table, won't you?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Lincoln.
On this very special episode of Game Night, will you teach us Green Team Wins?
I will teach you Green Team Wins.
All right.
I'll teach us all.
The third try always goes well.
And it's not a traditional, like, old school, very special episode where, like, one of us admits to being an alcoholic. Right. It's not that kind of episode.
Right.
Green Team Wins is a party game. The game consists of 15 cards that we turn over one at a time, so there'll be 15 rounds to the game. The cards come in 3 flavors, and there are 5 of each.
Bubblegum, it looks like.
Yes, bubblegum, mint, and no. The 3 flavors are this or that, in which case you're going to answer riding up on a horse or pulling up on a motorcycle. So those are your choices, horse or motorcycle. We're all going to take our little card and we're going to write down our choice. You're not trying to come up with the correct answer. You're trying to come up with the popular answer. You're trying to predict what will be the most answered answer. All right? So in this case, riding up a horse or a motorcycle. So this or that, that's one flavor. Best of 3, that's another flavor. What's the most disappointing coin? Penny, nickel, dime.
Okay.
All right? So you're going to answer penny, nickel, or dime. Or you can do, I guess you could do 1, 2, or 3, depending on, sometimes they're really longly written out. Doesn't matter, spelling doesn't count. You could literally write P, N, or D for that one, as long as everybody knows what your answer is. And then fill in the blank would be the last one. In this case, national blank. So we would all write something down.
Treasure?
Sure. We'd all write something down. Okay.
National Park?
Once we have written everything down, we will then reveal
National
our
Treasure?
We will then reveal our answer.
You win, Lincoln. You win.
We're going to give you an extra bonus point.
Yeah.
Okay. If one answer is clearly in the majority, then that is...
National Velvet?
Yes. Then that is the correct answer. If one answer is in the majority, that is the correct answer. And you will score for that answer. All right? If you are on the orange team when you get a correct answer, did I say that wrong? Did I do my Arnold
I just
way?
think about orange.
I know.
all the time.
If you're on the orange team when you get that answer, you will score 1 point, which you will tick off here, and you will flip over to the green team.
We're on the green team.
If you are on the green team when you get a correct answer, you will score 2 points, and you will stay on the green team. All right? So, that is if there is one clear correct answer. It's not going to be the case always, however, that there is a clear majority answer. And when there are ties, the tiebreaker goes to anyone on the green team. They win. Green team wins. That's the name of the game. So,
Right.
But it's, just follow this because it's a little weird. If for national, Mike and myself and Nikki, we all wrote treasure, and the 3 of you guys wrote lampoon, then the tie breaks towards the members of the green team. Mike and I would score, but Nikki would not because she's not on the green team. You can only go from orange to green when you are on the majority answer. Additionally, if Rusty was on the green team for your side, he would score for lampoon because it is a tie, and the green team breaks ties.
Green team wins.
Green team wins. If at any point you are on the green team and you get an answer wrong or you're not in the majority, you flip back to the orange team.
Okay.
All right? And that is the whole game. We're going to play 15 of these cards, and whoever has the highest score at the end of 15, they win.
Gamegenic, ingenious supplies.
All right, well, let's give it a shot.
Here we go.
Let's start with this. 3 blank.
Is it just one word?
No.
It can be whatever you want.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
3 blank. Here. I'll match nobody with this. I'll start off matching nobody.
Okay, here we go. Come on, we can get it right.
I'm not getting it right. Because Lincoln already pushed me towards Three Dog Night.
Musketeers.
Oh my goodness. We're
Three Little
all-
Pigs. Blind mice, blind mice. Okay, so you guys each score 1 point and turn out and go to the green team.
Boo.
No other little pigs?
I totally went to Three Dog Night the minute you said more than one answer. How dumb is that? All right.
Hold on. But Lincoln, you need a change.
Yep,
Yep.
green team.
You don't,
All
like
right.
me, you don't like me the way I am.
Oh, another one.
Blank table. Blank table.
Okay.
This is kind of bringing you back to sides, Dave.
Yeah, I had the same thought. Happy. That was a bit of a cheat.
My answer's already in.
I know, I was in a
Are you trying to tell us something?
This is going to be very misspelled.
That's
Don't worry
fine.
about
That is okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Dinner
Kitchen.
table. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait.
Oh.
Coffee. Two coffees.
Two coffees.
That is the clear answer.
I got a point.
So Lincoln
So?
gets two.
Two.
Deborah gets
On the green
one.
team.
Lincoln, Nikki, you go back to the orange
science.
team. All right, zero, starting to zero. All right, this or that. Way too many pillows or way too many stuffed animals.
Okay.
Way too many pillows or way too many stuffed animals.
There's only one right answer.
Well, that's not true. There are two right answers, especially if they tie.
Come on.
And then the green team wins.
I'm trying for a perfect score.
Everybody ready? And show.
Yeah.
Animals?
Pillows.
Animals.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're
Oh,
tied.
Three pillows. Oh no, yeah.
Three pillows, three animals.
Animals. I'm green, I win.
So because I was on the orange team, I don't get anything.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Pillows.
Yep.
Yes, okay.
And pillows was the correct answer.
It
in
was.
All
I
right.
agree.
Mother blank.
Mother blank.
Mother blank.
Are we?
That's the only one I can think of.
Mother blank.
Okay.
Can't think of anything.
Yeah, it's hard.
This is not anything. I'm going for a lose.
Rusty and I haven't scored yet, so you're in good company.
Oh yeah, there's.
I technically wrote a naughty word. I wrote goose.
I wrote
And-
goose as well.
I wrote nature.
Oh, Mother Nature is good. Oh, goose is
Hey, we
winner.
win.
Oh.
Hey, I get a point. Sorry, Rusty.
What do you mean, sorry? I
I've
said
moved on.
I'm going for
yeah.
a perfect score.
I've moved on.
He's shooting the moon. Of course.
All right, time blank.
Did you shuffle those?
I just shuffled them very
I
well.
know, we got all the lemon flavor.
That might be the last one of those.
Yeah, there's only 5 each.
Time blank.
Come on, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Time machine.
Travel.
Travels.
Travel for 3.
Travels have it.
Travels have it.
So I
I
get
get to-
one.
Yes. No, you're on the green team, right?
No, I was orange.
He was-
You get one
get
and you flip
one.
to the green team.
Yeah, 1
Okay.
point.
Some of us on the green team, however, go away.
Flip.
Rusty, you're still streaking for a perfect win? Yes.
All right.
He's going.
Here we
He's
go.
doing well,
Okay.
too.
What's more embarrassing to do in your sleep? Snore, talk, drool. What's more embarrassing to do in your sleep? Snore, talk, drool.
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 Oh,
I
broke
you
my
flip back
screen.
over. I
I
score
get-
1
I
point.
broke.
Nothing.
You get nothing
Streak.
and like it.
Wow.
Okay.
Here we go. This or that. Surprisingly good at origami or impressively good at knitting.
Surprisingly good at origami.
Or impressively good at knitting. I'm going to do that. I'm playing the crowd on this one.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm not.
So this game is, you should be playing the crowd on every turn.
Sometimes I'm just trying to figure out what I think. But you're absolutely right. Knitting?
Origami.
Origami.
Hey, origami.
Nathan and I blew it.
Just one.
Did we? The knitters at the table? Or
Yes, that's why they went with origami. Knitting was boring to them. All right. Which of these 3? It's just not trail mix without raisins, peanuts, chocolate.
It's just not.
It's just not trail mix without raisins, peanuts or chocolate? Oh, man. All right.
Raisins?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Oh.
Hold on.
We're an even.
Peanuts, raisins,
Chocolate.
Boo.
Green team wins.
Ooh, we got lucky.
Did I get
Go
one
green
point
team.
for that or
You get
two?
two. You're on the green team.
Oh, green team.
Boot hiss to you guys. Okay.
Oh, green team.
Of these three, what's the animal that makes a zoo a zoo? Tiger, elephant, giraffe.
Interesting.
What's the animal that makes a zoo a zoo? Tiger, elephant, giraffe. Or TEG.
Well, I'm not going to have her answer.
Here we go.
Elephant.
Elephant.
Hey, I'm-
Elephant. Oh, come on.
Elephant.
Easily get killed by a tiger.
Tiger? To me, it was always just between elephant or giraffe. Hey, there's the last of the fill in the blanks.
Okay.
Blank day.
Blank day.
Oh my gosh. Blank day. All right. I'm going thematic.
That's, phew. Sorry.
It's okay.
Hold on.
It's all right.
I'm drawing a blank.
No, the blanks right here. Blank.
Oh, gotcha. I'm not, yes.
Blank day.
It's right there. Blank day. Shoot.
Here, we can show the home audience.
That's a good answer.
Oh, no.
All right.
Oh, no.
Then write something down and lose.
But no, I honestly can't even think of anything that goes in the blank.
What?
Are you kidding me? Come on.
Oh, okay, I'll try that. Okay.
Try that.
It's the only one I can think of. I'm going to lose, but that's okay.
Maybe.
I'm going to lose, even though my answer is thematic. It's green,
Green
team
day.
wins.
Good day.
Green day? Oh, I didn't get that.
Oh, you guys had
President.
Two schools?
Oh, two schools worked.
I got it!
There's two greens.
There's two greens.
Two green.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
two
but
greens.
but she's
green
on
team,
the green team.
Green team wins.
Sorry, Rusty.
And
I can't believe
flip.
that happened. Thanks, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Okay, this or
Get a
that.
point. Take
No.
I get nothing.
No.
I like it. That's what I love about this.
This or that. Be able to freeze time or be able to hear people's thoughts. I'm just going to write down a T, and that covers both
Right,
of
and
them.
you're sure
And then
we're
I'll just
good.
match anybody. Freeze time.
Freeze time.
Hey!
Proper
You're on the
sheep.
orange team. Flip yourself over.
We are proper
Yep,
sheep.
one for
One.
that.
Yes.
1 point.
You are now on the green team.
Yeah.
I don't need to confirm that everybody
Best
doesn't
of
like me.
3. Hey, what's the greatest kind of table? Ping pong table, foosball table, air hockey table.
None of the above?
Well, you got to choose one of those.
There's no pinball table. That's not a table.
Nope. There's no times table.
No.
There's no coffee table. For me.
Periodic.
Thank you,
Oh,
Simon.
periodic table.
Oh.
Ping pong.
Air
Oh,
hockey.
air hockey.
Oh, air
No.
hockey wins.
Air hockey for the win. All right.
Oh,
Back
I'm
to
on
the- back to the orange team.
Two.
I haven't been on the orange team for a long time.
Oh, well.
Look at my fancy
Ooh.
X's.
Best of 3. What's the best illness to fake to get out of school? Stomachache, headache, cough. I mean, it's got to be that.
Right.
I'm sure I'll be back to orange here.
Nah, you're with us.
Come on.
Stomachache.
Cough.
Stomach.
Stomach.
Stomach,
Stomach.
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 4 stomachs.
Okay.
Welcome
I'm
back
with
to
you
the
on
green
cough for
team.
sure.
Yeah.
No, cough is like.
Cough is like a symptom. That's not an illness.
No, it is because then they think you're contagious.
Yeah, keep it
Yeah.
away.
It's easy to fake.
You don't have
Except
to go
you have
to
to
a
keep doing it.
doctor.
You keep doing it. Yeah. Whereas the headache, they're like, suck it up, kid.
Yeah.
And the stomachache, they're like, here's Pepto-Bismol.
Or,
You know,
yeah.
go to school.
Just drink water wrong.
yeah.
Whatever. Go origami yourself a cigar. All right, this or that. Unnaturally blue food or naturally grayish food.
What?
This one. this one is, yeah.
Unnaturally blue food or naturally grayish food. Blue.
Wow. Gray is gross.
Great. But it's natural. That's what Rusty was going for.
But it's going to be bad.
All right, here's the last card of the game. Oh, what a great last card. All right, this or that. Brownie from the edge, brownie from the middle.
What? Like a
Meaning,
brownie?
Where
Yeah.
you want? Which one you want? Like,
Which one do you
An
want?
edge?
A brownie
Okay.
from the
Do you want an
edge
edge piece or a middle piece?
or brownie from the
Got
middle?
it.
And there's only one correct answer.
There is
I
one
know.
correct answer to this.
Yes.
There it is. It's got to be that, right?
Come on.
Yeah, it
There's
is.
Yeah.
a correct answer. Come on, everybody.
I mean,
Hive
I'm
mind.
sure I'm not.
I know.
Edge?
Yeah,
I'm with you,
She
Nikki,
likes
by the
a
way.
soft.
I would prefer the middle one, but there was no chance these guys were
I
going to say
thought they
that.
were going to go middle.
No
You can have
chance at
all my
all.
middles.
You want
You can have all the
You
rest.
want the
It,
crunch,
it means you're the perfect compliment.
No chance at all. 12.
Oh, I had
22.
Oh.
a 17.
I had 16.
What is
I
that?
had those double zeros that are connected. I think.
Ooh.
Eight. Yeah.
Put it on its side and it's infinity. Well,
Another
there
round?
you go.
Woo!
Sure.
11.
11.
11.
Let's do another round.
This is
Okay.
a round.
All right, here we go. New game of Green Team wins. This or that. Getting really good grades or being really good at sports.
This group.
I know this group, right?
It better be. Don't you dare put origami in there. Grades? Grades. Look at that. We all flipped to the green team. 1 point. All right.
Can we just do this the entire game?
We could. All ties win. If we just always
Yeah.
tie from
Yes.
now on,
Yeah.
then
That's
we
true.
win.
It won't
Uh-oh.
happen.
Red blank.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's hard. Red blank. I'll tell you right now, I'm not writing 5 standing by. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. But that's always what I think.
Okay.
All right.
Light?
Riding
Alert.
hood.
Rum.
Red rum.
Oh, we all go
That's
down. Everybody else
You're
goes
welcome.
down.
Wow. Yeah, I thought Red Alert, Red Rover. I thought
Red Riding Hood.
Red Riding Hood is good.
Red light is
Say
very
little
good.
red. Didn't say
Yeah.
little red. All right.
I thought I would be on the.
What's the easiest to fake? 1, passable harmonica playing. 2, decent tap dancing. 3, adequate beatboxing.
It says the easiest to fake.
What's the easiest,
Easiest
to fake? Passable harmonica playing, decent tap dancing, or adequate beat. Man, it's between 2 of those for sure.
They're all bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's one that to me is just right out. The question is, what will you chuckleheads say is the correct answer? Okay, I'll go with that. Beatboxing?
Harmonica.
Box.
Oh, I'm the only
Beatboxing is
harmonica.
the correct answer.
Beatboxing.
It is?
No tie even. Yep.
Oh, I've seen some terrible beatboxing.
I know, but
Right,
I can't.
but this is.
But tap dancing and harmonica just sounds. I mean,
Well, harmonica was the other
Oh,
choice.
anyone can play a harmonica.
I agree. That was why it was
It's
the other
just
choice.
singing into a thing.
French blank.
French blank. Okay, this is one easy, guys.
Welcome back to the green
This
team.
one's
Maybe.
easy,
Welcome back
guys.
to the.
Maybe.
What do you
Come on.
maybe fries?
Fries.
Oh my
Toast.
God.
Oh,
Three for
French
fries.
press, 3 for fries.
Okay, you guys are hungry.
Ooh, French
3
press.
for fries.
and I'm the only one that did French toast.
You
Yeah,
are.
That's a
Wow.
great answer.
This is
though.
a really good
That's
answer.
a legitimately good answer. Okay, this
I
or
thought
that.
French bread, and then went with
Cups facing up. Cups upside down. I don't even understand this.
In the
Oh, in the
cabinet.
cupboard.
In
Oh,
the cupboard.
okay.
Up or down.
Don't
Cups facing
no
up. Cups
contextualize.
upside down. All right, no. I want the contextualize because I got to figure out what other.
But
other
the-
people
that's
are
the
doing.
point.
That's part of the game.
Part of the game is you don't get to know the.
I
We can, tell,
understand.
we can tell you afterwards.
You can tell me afterwards.
Yes.
It didn't change my choice. So I will just flip over to orange team.
You don't know that. There might be some weird people that put their
Okay.
cups this way.
Okay.
Yep.
Upside
Cups up.
down.
Down.
Thumbs up.
Okay, wait.
Oh,
1, 2,
only you and I.
3,
4.
No, there's 4 downs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You and I are out.
Right.
Yep.
If you put them up, all the dust gets in there.
No, I know.
And the bugs get trapped
in
in
a
them.
cupboard.
But
So
they're not-
there is
they're not
no
gonna get
dust in
trapped
the
if they're-
cupboard.
What?
There's no dust in the cupboard.
you
You have
ever-
doors.
There's dust everywhere.
There's
but
dust
even
everywhere.
so, my cups are up.
My cups are
My cups are
My
up.
cups are up.
Candy blank.
Candy blank.
Okay.
I'm gonna write unnaturally blue.
Oh no.
Sucks because there's a couple of great answers.
That's
The
part-
best,
that's
the
part of
best
game.
ones of these is when there are a couple
Yeah.
of great answers.
Oh, I'm on the green team. Hold on. I cheated.
Oh, cave.
Land.
Oh, poor Nikki.
Oh, we asked her.
Land.
And that's Nikki's
Land,
probably
did
mad
we
at me
get there?
because I did.
One,
Team for the
three,
win.
four,
But I thought about it.
Mad.
Well, I thought about
She's
it.
furious.
Score. All right. What's the greatest movie snack? Popcorn, candy, nachos.
I know. I'm gonna be on the orange team.
Oh, nachos then?
Did you give it away to someone else?
No. Come on, popcorn.
Candy.
Popcorn. Get out of
Candy.
here.
Get out of here.
Do I get a
I
point
like-
for that?
Yes,
you
you
do.
do.
Well, you're supposed to pick what you knew was
If you're
everyone
on a
else
majority,
is gonna pick.
Nikki, you always
Popcorn's
score.
the worst.
The only time you don't score the
worst?
orange
You
team
knew
is if
that
there's
we
a
were
tie.
gonna pick.
Okay.
But I
It is,
want
it's a little
You
weird
wanna
to
be
wrap your
honest?
head
I
around.
want
the
you
orange.
want to win.
I don't. I'm okay not winning. It's candy. I'd rather have my raisinets.
Mike would rather make a point than score a
Then
point.
score a point. I'd rather make a point than score a point.
I
Got
like my
it.
Are your
Junior
cups still up?
Yeah, Nikki does like.
My
that.
cups are up, Mike.
She should be on that one.
No
Dave
one's
and
gonna
I are up
think
cup people.
candy. It's popcorn, but I prefer.
They teach you that in drama school.
Put your cups up.
Which color?
More authentic.
Which color crayon do they make the most shades of?
What?
Oof.
What?
Red, blue, green. Which color crayon do they make the most shades of? Red, blue,
Ugh,
green.
What?
that's a weird question.
That is a very weird question. All right.
It doesn't matter because we just guessed.
Yeah.
Well, what do you
gonna
think
do
it is?
that.
I don't know.
Green team
Red?
wins?
Actually, red.
Oh, hang on.
Blue.
I did blue.
Oh, we're even.
2 blues,
Two greens.
two greens, 2 reds.
reds.
So the green team wins.
Green team
Everyone but Mike.
wins.
I'm a loser.
Everyone but Mike.
So do I get a point even though I
Popcorn
You get
really
two.
cost
Two
you there.
points. You're on the green team.
Yeah.
1, 2.
My red
Yes,
pop-
because your
red
answer was
popcorn.
tied for the win.
Yes.
And you're on the green
And
team.
you're on the green team. And the green team wins. This or that. Thinking there's one more step up, but hitting empty air. Or thinking there's one more step down and stomping on the floor.
Wow.
Neither.
Yeah, those are both awful.
Well, that's the point. Pick one. Thinking there's one more step up and hitting empty air.
I'm going to switch teams on that one.
Yep.
I'm going to go this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do
this
this.
one. Come
I'm
on.
going this way.
Come on.
Okay.
Here we go.
I
Up
went
in the air.
up.
Floor.
Oh my God.
Oh! Rusty.
No.
Out there alone in the cold.
So,
Stepping on the
floor.
floor.
out of curiosity, before we move on, did you pick the one that you thought was the least worst or the most worst?
The least.
Sweet.
So me too. I thought that was
Worst.
the
I went
least.
the worst.
The one hitting it
You
going
picked the
down.
worst, correct?
interesting.
Yeah, the one down is terrible.
Like I'm going to
Terrible.
hurt myself.
Yeah.
Up you feel
Fall.
stupid, but down you can get really hurt.
actually hurt
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
Okay, best of
Funny.
3. What's the most frustrating video game level?
What?
Swimming level, lava level, snow level.
The worst?
What's the most frustrating
Frustrating.
video game level?
Swimming, lava,
Snow.
No.
Snow.
Wow.
I don't even understand this question.
Do you play
Think of
video
Mario
games?
Brothers.
I'm old,
Think
Mike.
of
By cranky? Video games, what are those? Why, in our days, we threw up a ball in the
play
air
some-
and
we
scooped
should-
metal shot metal object off the
Play
ground.
some Super Mario Wonder.
we just
hold on.
rolled
Super Mario
hoops
Wonder.
with sticks.
Wow, let me show you my Aggie collection when we get home. All right, I gotta pick a level. All right. All right, I'll do that.
And
Lava?
Swimming.
swimming.
Oh, I almost picked one.
No, it's swimming because you have to keep stopping
Exactly.
for air, and it ruins your momentum.
Oh,
I
go
agree
ahead.
with you.
Go ahead and
On the orange
turn yourself back over.
And you're
there.
not even a game player.
We're
I
right.
picked
I
the
agree,
most.
we are
I
right.
picked what
right.
sounded the
Right.
most
I mentioned
dangerous.
lava.
Lava sounds just dangerous.
It's dangerous.
You can
but
die in the
fall
snow
in
and the
it,
swimming.
and
You
it
can-
pops up out at you.
You can die in the snow and the
Lava's
water.
horrible.
And you have the high
dangerous, but
ground,
is it- but
and
is
you
it-
know.
It's dangerous, but is it
comes at
frustrating?
I don't know.
Really? Like, that's the...
Frustrating, not dangerous.
Well, the lava
Frustrating.
level now has become your most frustrating.
This is true. You've proven me
It's self-fulfilling. Blank basket.
blank basket.
Oh, man.
This is hard.
I have a feeling.
I think.
Maybe.
Well, I'm on the yellow orange team now.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Not yet, you
Maybe.
aren't.
Yeah, I am.
Flour.
Bread
Wicker.
basket?
Wicker.
Oh, no.
Grocery.
Oh, I almost wrote Easter.
Wicker wins.
There's the winner.
Wicker wins.
Oh.
Wicker, wicker.
Wicker.
I'm sorry, Nikki P. I almost
The
wrote
wicker.
Easter
I need
instead.
that
There were
eraser.
several people that
Easter.
said Easter.
Easter was a good choice.
All right, here we go. Next card. All right, this or that. Bring a dessert you made yourself, or bring a dessert you got from the store. Nah.
I have to clarify.
What?
He just said
He just
dessert.
wrote like bring dessert.
D for dessert.
Made yourself.
Shelf, yeah.
Store.
Oh, come on, you're trying to lose. You're trying to lose.
Trying to
I wasn't
lose.
trying to lose.
All right.
I could have left it as S and said it was self.
Oh, you could have.
That's
Oh, that would have
true.
been great. All right, Mr. Blank. Oh no. All right.
I just am going. If I have something, I just go with what I think.
Yeah,
of
at first
which has got me.
instinct.
Which got me in the French toast thing. Which
I got you on this
you know.
one.
okay, maybe.
I'm matching you on this
okay,
one.
I hope so.
Let's go. Let's go with that one. Come on.
Ready?
Mr.
Mr.
No!
I was thinking that.
I almost did
What
Roger.
the heck?
Oh, we're all
Okay,
wait.
Roger.
Mr. Was this X?
Yes.
Mr. X, Mr. Rogers,
Rogers,
Mr.
Mr.
Anderson,
Anderson,
Mr.
Mr.
Bill,
Bill.
Mr. T, Mr. Mister. I thought you were going to put Mr. Nobody.
We all lose.
No more green team for anyone.
We're all losers.
Dang it.
Oh my goodness, that's
Rogers, those are all good answers,
incredible.
but Rogers is a good answer.
I
Yes,
almost
it
put
is.
Rogers.
I think that was the best answer, Lincoln.
I almost put Rogers.
All right, here we
We
go.
would have won.
What's the easiest carnival game to win? The milk bottle pyramid, the ring toss, or balloon darts?
I mean, Dave has told me about stuff about this.
Aren't they
before.
all rigged?
know, they're
Aren't they
all
all rigged?
Exactly.
None of the. If we all say none of the above, do
Okay.
we all win?
No.
I have drawn mine out.
But,
Bottles.
Darts.
Oh,
Dart.
Oh.
okay, hang on.
Bottles is just throwing.
so tied ring, tied balloons.
Tied ring, tied balloons.
So nothing, right?
Wait, balloon.
Darts,
No, this is it.
darts,
Balloon, balloon, balloon.
darts.
Three
I,
balloons.
so I
Balloons.
couldn't read that. It looks
Yep.
like
Darts.
darts.
1
Darts.
point.
Balloon
That
darts.
is
Oh, yeah,
balloon
darts.
darts.
Darts, balloons.
So 1 point.
1 point and flip over.
I think darts are the easiest.
They are
Darts
the
are
easiest.
hard.
It's only
Darts
hard if you have to
are
do like
hard.
5, but
5 out of 5.
the other. Okay,
What
last
did
card.
you say?
The milk bottles, because you're
Okay.
just throwing baseballs
Right,
at
and
something
the
to knock
rings
it
are
over.
kind
Yeah, but this is the no milk bottles. are-
easiest.
That's what you think. That's what they want you to think.
You know, milk bottles is.
You have to
You
knock
can
them off the
knock on the
platform, not
yeah.
just down. They have to roll off the platform.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
She's
a
a good.
ball.
She's a good one.
She's
then.
got a kitchen
She's got the
arm.
skill.
Let's play strike.
All right, here comes the last
Here
one.
goes the last one.
This or that: hospital scrubs or flight jumpsuit.
Oh my.
What's the purpose?
That's
I know my
Purpose.
context.
You don't know.
I'm trying to put it into.
I know, I'm
I
gonna-
know my
You know,
context.
the real purpose is to match us.
I know.
That's the real purpose.
Oh my gosh.
Be a sheep.
Be a sheep.
sheep.
Nikki's still writing.
I see
I'm
it.
sorry.
You can stop right there. You can
It's
stop
good.
right there.
It's good.
You don't need the whole word.
Scrubs.
Jumpsuit.
No
scrubs.
No scrubs.
4 jumpsuits.
Scrubs are
Yeah.
sexy.
They are so sexy.
That's why you didn't pick them.
20.
Wow.
Is there a break for ties, Dave?
Oh, I don't think there is. I think we should
I'm a
win.
niner.
Green team wins.
Green team wins.
Let's find out.
I think it's the green team wins.
I think so too.
The player with the most points is the winner.
And if they're on the green team, they're extra winners.
I'll read it again.
I
After scoring the 15th question, the player with the most points is the winner.
yeah, I think it's friendly.
You
now.
guys are
Okay.
both winners.
And I don't think there is a
Hey,
green
it's the
team
name
tie
of the
for that. Hey, from 12 to 20, I figure is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gamegenic. Ingenious supplies.
All right. What do you think, Nikki P?
There's your answer.
That's all right.
I'm trying to.
Gestate here.
I don't know why, but I love this so much. I think, even like we've done fun facts and stuff like that, anything that asks you to think about things in a different way, I just don't care whether I actually win or not. But it's so fun to think about it and then hear other people's perspectives and see where you slot in. I don't know. I'm always on board for educational.
Well, I mean,
the box.
Nikki,
I've played
this
it
is
before,
Yeah.
and
But this is very similar to a game that you love. It's just the scoring that changes it.
Yeah.
Because Nikki really loves
What Were You Thinking? I
I
love What Were You
Hive
Thinking?
Mind, which is
We
the
used to
same.
play What Were You Thinking just with paper and pencil. Like
That's
the
how we played it.
parlor game version.
That's
of
how we
it.
played it till I bought it for the 300th episode, by the way.
Really?
We
Seriously?
all played that on. I bought that on eBay in April or something like that. So when we did it on the stream during 2020.
I used to run a game of What Were You Thinking on Rec Games board back in the day, just via people sending stuff in.
Yeah.
We have age.
He did say he was old.
No, but I actually think that's the more fun way to sort of run that game, because that was like 25, 30 people, and it was neat to do the scoring
Yes.
and the write-ups and the whole thing. But go ahead, Nikki.
so I've played it before, and I didn't really care for it that much. But this time, I enjoyed it a lot more.
Because it's us. That's
Well,
why.
plus you understood it probably.
Maybe, yeah.
I can't remember
I
who taught it,
understood the
but
flipping better. Why I was and wasn't getting a point. Maybe I didn't grasp that the first time I played. So
Right.
yeah.
yeah. What do you think, Dave? I know that you're into these things.
So, from a game point of view, it isn't the best implementation of What Were You Thinking, but from a experience point of view, the thing I like about this game is that it's very fast, and that it's potentially fun depending on the conversation. A lot of these games depend on the cards and the conversation.
That's right.
And what's nice is that as long as you're willing to understand ahead of time that you're playing a party game where winning truly can't matter to you, because in addition to the fact that you could be far enough behind a third of the way in that you have no chance to win, you don't even know if your fellow players are scoring themselves correctly. You could lose to someone. You could lose to someone with 26 points where they really only scored 18 points, and you have no idea whether they scored correctly or not. So you just have to kind of let all of that go. But once you let all of that go, it's fun. It's not just one level, but it's similar in the sense that when you walk by a table of this and see people play it, you're like, I want to play that. It definitely sucks you in that regard. It plays up to 8, right, I think, in the box.
It plays 6 for the Target version. The original version had more, but this actually expands. Just buy a second copy or a third copy.
Yeah. What's great about
copy, yes, it's fantastic.
You're right. Odd numbers are better.
Yes.
Just because you don't get three-way ties necessarily. Although you can still get 1 and then a 2, 2, and 2.
Yes, you can, but it definitely limits it. I try to keep it odd when I try to play.
7 is good. 9 is maybe almost too much, but I've played it with 9.
No, when we played another con. We played with 15, 20.
Was that too many?
No.
That seems like a lot to try to figure out the ties.
It's not that hard.
What do you think?
Me? Well, an adult beverage would have helped a little, but not much.
Very special.
Oh wait, I'm not supposed to say that. Yeah. But I've played this once before, and this is just something just in my wheelhouse for when it's a party game. It's something I just really enjoy. I can come up with an answer, and whether I'm wrong, I'm not wrong because it's my answer.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's my answer, and it's just the rest of you just aren't on board. So I just got to get everybody else to start thinking my way for the next game.
Right. Exactly.
Mike, do you?
My family loves this. I was one of the first people that actually got it last year. I'm really trying to show many people this game. I'm really, really happy it's at Target. I know it was out of print for a while, but I think it's a fantastic
I think it's just sold out quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big fat success, and then another Goliath, I think.
It's a 25th Century Games, and then
I think Goliath did the mass market version essentially.
Okay.
I think the game's fun. I couldn't tell you whether I love. The scoring on this one's weird, but once you got it, it's not a big deal.
It's mean.
But I like. That's fine. It's just that I kind of like what goes on with What Were You Thinking / Hive Mind.
Well, for those that don't know, part of what makes, I don't know about the boxed version, the Richard Garfield one, but part of what makes the old parlor game, What Were You Thinking, fun, is that there's some sort of category, and then you can list 3 answers or 5 answers,
Right.
and you're trying to match everybody, but you have multiple chances to do that because there are a lot of answers. The binary nature of you have one answer and it's either right or it's wrong
Right.
makes this game a little harsher in that regard.
Sure,
but
sure.
it also goes faster, and it
It
also
does go a lot faster.
Yeah.
and it also scores faster because of that. What do you think, Deborah?
Well, no, I mean, like I said, I really love it. I think, green team wins being the title kind of clues you in.
Right.
With, like,
Yes.
this is an unfair game. It's going to be more about the experience than actually the win. I won handily the first time around
Sure
and
did.
lost handily the second time around. And I had just as much fun both times. And it sort of goes to show that, like, there is no skill or
No, to a certain
there's
extent.
to a certain extent there's not like one person who's going to take it away every time and you're going to be like, man,
yeah,
I
there's
just
no way.
can't win at this game, so there's something to that. And I like it as an icebreaker in some ways to kind of
Right.
get people out of their shell and sharing, and I don't know, I this speaks to me a little bit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
also nicely done. I mean, the boards are nice, and the pens are nice, and the
Cards are great.
The cards are great.
Yeah.
The flippy things.
Is it similar in quality to the?
These are, everything's the same. I think the cardboard components are a little bit bigger, but otherwise everything else is the same.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we played the original version.
Yeah, they're-
we just happened to be in Target and like,
Don't
oh, hey,
decide.
let's buy it because
Yeah.
Right.
everybody
Yeah.
wanted to play it, and we just had a weird. Like it was probably, usually for this type of game, it's the first thing we play at some event, and we're like tired. You know what I mean? And that's just not necessarily the best thing to do, unless you've already had plenty of playing a bunch of stuff. But it's fun, and it's cool that it's exciting that people are buying it and people are excited about it because this is a great game, and I think it's introductory to more like fantastic party games. We mentioned just one already, which is one of our
Right.
favorites.
Oh yeah.
And again, this is always fun because it's scalable, right? You can go as big as you really want. I imagine scoring would be tough.
It'd be
but-
a weird 3-player
Yeah.
game. Do they have a minimum
I
on
think
the box?
the minimum
or?
is 4. I
Yeah, that
think.
makes sense.
I think.
But it's definitely it's definitely targeted. I think this is very specifically targeted for non-gamers, right? I think the gamers are the ones who are going to be most bothered by the scoring system. No, I'm with you on that. You just have to kind of let that. You have to experience it a couple of times and then just let it go.
Right.
Because it can be unfair. I mean,
It is not fair. It's not
no,
fair.
and the fact that 3 of us could have the quote correct answer
Yeah.
because of ties, but we're on green and Nikki isn't, or you guys are on green and I'm not, and you'll score but I won't.
That's not fair. I know.
Right. I won't even flip over for no points, or there's no like consolation prize. And I understand why it's not there because they're trying to make it simple and streamlined and not overly complicated.
So that means that we could add a gamery rule.
You could.
as a house rule. Do that. But otherwise, I agree. It's not.
You could give orange team members 1 point, but they don't flip. Or you could give them no points and they do flip. I mean, you could give them some sort of consolation for being on the correct tie.
Yeah.
And in fact, the more people flip to green, sort of the more fun it gets in a weird
Sure,
way,
sure.
right?
Yes.
So I don't know.
Well, when we were all green, you're like, oh, I don't want to be the one to go out.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You want to
But
stay green.
That's
Yes.
it's a
I
challenge.
love the idea of flipping to green, but you don't get a point.
No
There's
points.
something kind
No
of
points,
interesting
but now
about
you're on.
that.
Now you get to break.
Now
the
you
tie.
get to be up there. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Well, cool. Well, I want to thank everybody for playing here today. And this is, as I said, our 500th episode, what we said at the beginning, Dave did. And but I want to thank the audience for joining us with this. We're going to actually talk for a little bit, but I really want to thank you all for watching us all these years. It's making me sad, but it's great.
Oh, he's getting choked up. Fantastic. Oh, Lincoln, you're getting me choked up now.
It's been a long
What
time.
was the first game we did?
Well, the first one we released was King of Tokyo.
King of
But I
Tokyo.
think
What was the first one we actually recorded? Do you remember?
one of the ones that would have probably been selected, because I forgot about King of Tokyo. I really wanted to film it. It was the next filming session.
Right.
So it might have been Kingdom Builder, which never became an episode.
I was going to say, I was actually going to say, was it Kingdom Builder?
I think
Because
it was.
we did film that, and we talked about trying to release it. I think at one point, maybe like 5-6 years ago, I told you should make it black and white and
Yeah.
scratch it
We
up
got-
and release it like from the vaults of Game
Yeah,
Night.
we
Kingdom
lost it
Builder.
because it was so different.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately we might have lost data or something. You know, it's one of those. The reason why we love that game, but there was another Queen game that came, and so we still try to spread it out
We did
between
Escape,
publishers.
too.
Yeah, but we tried to we did something else before it became an episode, and I felt, and we did a bunch. We did an extra episode one time for the Michael Feldcotter game where you're pushing the stuff.
The rocks. Moving the
Yeah,
rocks.
it's because it was one that we wanted to get it out there because we really loved it. I don't know why we were so excited. It was everything was different back then because we were doing one every other week, and so we were especially concerned about like making sure that we covered a lot of different publishers. And now we're like, whatever. I mean, we still try to feature different publishers.
Well, I also remember that at the time when we were eventually going to we could do Kingdom Builder, we weren't at that table anymore.
No. Oh yeah. Again. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the other part of the problem was once we
years in we moved over.
Once we upgraded
into here,
it was like that. What was your first game with GameNight?
We were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we were.
My first game. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, he was saying, we were.
Yeah, my first game was Splendor.
Do you remember that one?
Oh, that was an experience for me. I had no idea what I was getting into when I came over, and I then had the disadvantage of having this horrible migraine. But I wasn't gonna bail because it's like, I'm gonna get to be on the show. Yeah. So I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna earn one whole point for the whole game. Oh. So it was.
Did you buy that game afterwards?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I did because I'm like, I've got to figure out how this really works. I've got to be able to play this.
That's a good game.
But yeah, I love that game.
So Rusty, we first met him. I swear it had to have been 2010 or 11. But we didn't meet him. We just ran into him at the airport at Dallas, Fort Worth, and DFW, and I think I scared him. I'm like, you're in. I think you still had your badge, and I'm like, you're in Canoga Park. Oh my gosh! And so, and I think he was like, oh my God, who are these weirdos? And then we went to Strategicon in 2013 after we just started. We'd been filming for 6 months or something like that, 7 months, and he was doing. Artemis, running Artemis, and Scott was a special guest for that con. So he and Michelle were in town, and so we hung out with him, and we were blown away by his Artemis thing. Yeah. And then he felt a little bit more comfortable with us all at that point, I guess. And then we pretty much quickly invited him over to come play with us. But it was awesome. And then Mike, do you recall what your first episode was? Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's been a while.
You don't remember, do you?
No, I did. I should have looked it up. So first thing, we miss a bunch of people here today.
Yeah.
Basically, 6 is probably all we could really fit in here. But we'd hope to have Mark Johnson and Aaron, of course, from the beginning. Aaron, and he's very busy with work. And then Candace, we're hoping to have here. And Mark and Candace are both at a convention in San Diego, so they're already having fun as it is.
So at least they're playing games.
Yeah, absolutely. But Aaron's working, and he was saying he missed us all. So it's great to have Aaron here. But so Deborah was, I guess Rusty probably was a fan beforehand, but Deborah was also a fan of the show before coming on, which is pretty awesome.
I was watching it nonstop, hours and hours and hours, and I had a Dungeons and Dragons show, and Kevin, one of your other regulars, happened to be the PR consultant or work on for a convention that we were doing with that company, and I was like, oh my God, that's Kevin. I've been watching him on this show on YouTube, so we ended up in an elevator alone together, and I was like, hi. Are you Kevin from GameNight?
Oh, that's so great. That's so great.
He said, yes, I am. And I said, I'm such a fan. And he said, they'd love to have you on. And being me, I was like, no, of course, I couldn't do that. So I think he said anytime, and gave me his email. And I was not going to write because I was a shy introvert. And I was at home watching the more recent episode and laughing and just loving it. And I was talking to my husband, and I was like, oh my God, and then the game's like this. And he was like, Deborah, call basically stop bothering me with your nerdy stuff that I don't, can't follow.
I knew Kevin was a connection, but he wasn't then your intro to the show. How did you find the show?
Oh no, I just found it. The first one I watched that hooked me was Victorian Masterminds.
Which was 2 weeks before she ran into Kevin at WonderCon. So it was literally like maybe...
I had been binging. Yeah. Like, it was the only thing I was watching on YouTube at the time, nonstop, were the episodes, catching up. and then Kevin. So I think my first episode was either Wingspan or Pandemic Rapid Response.
Rapid Response.
Pandemic
was the
Rapid
first one.
Response.
Yes.
My
We brought you
first
back for
one.
Wingspan because
Yeah.
I came back.
because
Yeah.
I think we did lighter games, so we
Yeah.
made it super inviting here. We didn't want to freak her out. We had all the lights on.
No, in fact, I remember you specifically saying, "Let's do a co-op."
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
we
Do
play
a co-op
together.
with,
Yeah.
and in fact, I don't know if we've done that regularly now. Like oftentimes when someone comes for their first episode now, if we have one, we will do a
Right.
co-op.
Yeah.
Just so the first thing you play with us is not at least adversarial.
Right.
Right,
Or when
right.
I brought Gabby, what was the first one we played with Gabby?
That was another person we wanted.
Yeah.
to come.
Gabby.
Yeah.
Gabby was
Couldn't make it,
available
yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
And then not really. She's not available till December now. But Gabby, we played.
Her first
Well, it was so she came. I think the first thing she played was the
Yes.
Von Linden term.
Oh, maybe that.
That
Or
was it. The
one
other one
The
was-
Wandering Tower.
Yeah,
The
that was one of
Wandering
them. But she
Tower.
joined us on the middle of
What was the big
Teeter
space
Tower.
one?
Well, no, that was Catan
Right.
Starfarers,
And
which
that
we did
was
later.
later? Okay.
So
That
we
was
did
later.
Topple Tower, whatever the
Right,
one
right,
from
right. The dice one.
Yeah. And then she joined us in the middle of that one, and then we did.
That's right. That's right.
I think it was Wandering Tower.
Yeah.
I know that
First
one was one of them. Yeah, that was a fun
Which
one
is
too. I was very
accessible.
happy with that thumbnail
Yeah.
too because
Yeah.
Gabby was fantastic
Yeah.
and Deborah was like getting crushed or swallowed by the tower, so it was really fun. But so I'm going to ask Nikki P. So Nikki P's been
What?
involved with this since the beginning.
Yeah, I have.
And she's the only one who's ever been on every episode.
Apparently,
so, yeah. It's like she would volunteer to bow out. I'm like, no, you're on the episode. I'm the one that would usually push
I
out.
volunteer, and Lincoln's like, no.
Well, I mean, it's number one. It's good that she. It was easy for me to like when we would because I think one of the first ones that I bowed out for was, Chin. I think no, I might have been in that one, but I think
The Bonanza one was not you, right?
No,
For
we
sure.
did 5. No, but the ones that you guys did for sure without me were Small World and Vinci.
Vinci,
And
that's
then-
what I meant.
And
Right?
then the other one though was I think for Brian's game, Geister, Saxu Meister, Ghost Fighting Treasure
Right.
Hunters. That one I think I was out because I think we had Aaron here too. So I think I did the talked and stuff and I was off to the side while you guys played, but I didn't play it. But yeah, so I was already ready to do that because I had to focus on stuff anyway, so it'd be easy for me to just bow out. But so I mean, do you have fun doing it, Nikki P?
I do have fun doing it, and the main reason why I do it and why I think you and I do it is because we like games. We want people to not be afraid of games, and we want games to be in part of people's lives to do things.
Right.
And I think you and I are, after Scott convinced us to even do it,
Yeah.
it wasn't about trying to have internet fame and
No.
be noticed and recognized. It was about like, this is a really fun hobby
Yep.
and more people should do it and not be afraid of it. And I think that a lot of people are just, they don't want to sit down and read rules. And honestly, reading rules and teaching is a skill that is not easy to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just hope that our videos help people
Yeah.
in that respect.
For sure.
You know, and also, of course, if they watch our videos, instead of it being a review, you can watch it and be like, that is for me, that isn't for me. And it's not about, this game's blah, 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 blah.
Right.
It's like, I can see why people like this, but my group wouldn't like it.
Sure,
Or
sure.
something
Right.
like that. And and I like that
Well,
perspective that we give.
One element is
So-
we generally try to focus on games that we are excited about. So we get this thing with people say sometimes that Aaron is more honest. I'm like, well, Aaron's as honest as the rest of us. It's just that the deck is stacked in our favor because Dave, Nikki, and I all have similar taste.
Yeah.
And so we like mid to lighter games and
Right.
some of the heavier games, but not all the time. Aaron loves heavier games.
Right.
He loves historical games and all that stuff. So theme is a big deal with him, and me too. I really, and I know Deborah loves theme too. So it's always, it's great. But the thing is we just wanted it to be more inviting to people and to, we want to have a good time, right? Like we're focusing on that. There's no there shouldn't be any bad feelings. You know, the whole point is to have a good time, and you can understand that you can make that group too. The other reason that I recall, was that we just weren't playing enough games at the time. We were not getting to play that many games. We were so busy with things, and we thought, well, if this makes us do this, at least we'll play a couple games.
Well, you would know this because I don't remember anymore. Do you remember what year I stopped going to Jonathan's for games?
A little bit after I think we started.
So,
because we got married.
2014.
We got married, and that kind of messed things up. And then we started going. When Nikki and I got married, we weren't there. It was quick into our introduction into the hobby. Plus, we joined the group that David was in, and Mike was peripherally in there as well occasionally, and. So we came in that group, and then we got married, and it was a little bit rough. And then 2009, we started working with BGG, and started going to the cons a lot. We started going to BGG Con in 2006, and so we just had more and more things that were kind of taking up our time. But yeah, Mike, we really got to know Mike with a gaming event that we do here in Southern California, and that's where we got to really hang out with Mike more. And actually, Mike and Nikki worked on some games together at one point in time.
Yes,
we did.
So yeah, I mean, it's.
I remember my first game with Mike was Is.
Was yes? Oh yes.
YS. That was my. Was your copy, and you taught the game.
Mike's pretty much the alpha gamer.
That's SoCal
as far as buying games.
I still do buy a lot of games.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Do you cycle through them, or do you have an enormous collection?
No, I have to get. There's not enough room for them.
Right.
Yeah. So right now there are too many on the floor. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I have too many. I have too many.
I think a lot of people are nodding their heads right now.
Yeah.
Like, I know that one.
Yes. But yeah, there's always games that keep. I just still have my copy of Yes. I haven't played it in ages, but I don't think I would ever get rid of it.
Well, you shouldn't, especially with those guys being out of making games now. Atari. Was that their first one? Or no, it wasn't. I think the first one was maybe...
No, I think it was. Cause
that was the first one.
I think it went Yes, and then it went to Yes-a-Fun.
Isfahan? I thought for sure Kalis was before that. Anyway,
that's a good.
That
you might be right.
3. Yeah. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah.
They all have a YS somewhere.
Yeah. Kalis, I remember that we made up our own copy of it. I remember.
Wow.
Chris Johnson got the rules somehow, and then we made our own copy before it was imported into the.
That's gamers. That's full-time gamer nerdy.
That was definitely at that time. We would buy games. I have games still that are pasted up. Because it was only in German.
I want to ask,
I'm the old
what do you think is your biggest gamer nerdiest thing that you've done that was like that?
Rusty's
I know, that's why I went right to Rusty.
I didn't even think about that. I guess I've been making little web apps for just being able to help things. I've got some that I've released, some that I don't tell people about because I want to make sure that I'm supporting the designers because I've got some that could essentially replace the game altogether, but it just makes it convenient. Like there's a Welcome To app I've got that does the whole deck dealing for me, so I'm not dealing with that. But it's that. I don't have a 3D printer yet. So
does the app just do the deck and you still play with the actual thing, or? The app is not the game itself. It's just an addition to the game to help you play it.
That's correct.
Okay, that qualifies then as fantastically nerdy.
He also does the Karuba one, so he flips. Right. It's all the stuff randomized, and he just flips them over.
That's great.
That's as valid as doing it on the table. And
like a game setup app, that would be fantastic. Like just for a bunch of different games, that'd be fantastic.
I have one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So during the pandemic,
oh my gosh, I know this story.
I wanted to keep playing games with my friends, but we couldn't be near each other, and I had a new kid and all of the things. So Roll20 is a online D&D app where you can kind of build your own maps and things. So I scanned all of my favorite games, all of the bits, all of the boards. I retyped out all the instructions because this wasn't for profit, right? This is just my copy that I paid for and owned that I was putting online so that I could play with my friends over Roll20. And I made it so that you could, move everything on the different layers, and I had decks that you could draw from, and I had tokens that you could flip over to depend what you like, whether you were one thing or another. So I spent hours and hours making my favorite games playable online.
Didn't you stream Villainous from that?
We did stream Villainous on Roll20.
Yeah.
We streamed a game of Villainous
I watched that one. I was
you know,
pretty impressed with the
so
implementation.
yeah, I figured out how to keep the hobby going when I couldn't be in the same place, because I struggle with a lot of the existing online platforms for board gaming. They're just maybe a little outside of my technological knowledge. I don't know to do it. It was actually easier for me to make it myself.
Wow, sure.
Wow.
And they also didn't have the games I loved. You know,
Right.
the games that I really loved and really wanted to play weren't available.
Sure, on those
So that was really
platforms,
the best way to go. It was also a free way.
I mean, the interface learning curve is part of
Yeah.
any of those online
Yeah.
sites.
Yes.
Yeah.
My nerdiest was Anthony Rubo and I wanted to play Africa, and
yeah, yeah.
we
Yeah.
decided to play it over the phone. So I set up the board in my house, and in Philadelphia, he set up the board in his house.
Yes.
Now, if you don't know the game, it's a bunch of face-down tiles that you move and flip over. So I had the master board with the tiles face down. Anthony, at his place, had little cubes on his thing with the tile set almost take it easy style face up off to the side. So, and he had two different color cubes because one cube had to represent face down tile. No, I guess he just had one cube. But basically, I'd make my move and then he would tell me what his move is. I would flip the tile over and tell him what the tile was. But this was not internet. This was just over the phone.
Right.
We just played a game of two-player games of Africa over the phone.
Right.
And I didn't realize till years later. I honestly don't remember who won. He probably won, but I don't remember. But I didn't realize till years later that being able to see all the face-up tiles was actually an advantage for him.
Yes.
Not that I didn't know the game well enough to know, like, okay, there are these tiles, but he knew exactly what was left in there.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that was pretty nerdy.
Mike, did you have any nerdy stuff?
Trying to think of nerdy stuff. We did a lot of paste ups. I have a
Yeah,
lot
that
of
was
copy. You know, a lot of
Color
collector
printers
copies,
and-
color printers. Yeah, I did. I remember doing a lot of importing bits. Like I remember, I have a lot of extra bits in my house still. Doing, getting extra stuff for the games.
One of
doing
my
the copies,
one of my first nerdy things was the it was before Survive was available again.
I was going to say, that would be my choice
Yeah.
for you.
And I you could buy it on eBay.
I have 2 copies of Survive. Do you need extra copies?
I have lots of copies.
anymore, he
I have
doesn't.
lots of copies of Survive, but at the time I didn't have the
It
original one.
wasn't,
A friend of ours brought it over and we played it and we really loved it. So I made essentially like the Euro version of it before the Euro version came out.
Right.
Although it was available in UK and stuff like that, but. I scroll cut all the little pieces to the same size, so I have the little sea serpents and the sharks.
Wow.
Wait, he hasn't gotten to the best part yet.
And then I made I actually did all of the art, redid all the art, and but scanned things and stuff like that. So I think
You probably borrowed Daryl's
I'm sure
copy of
Daryl
the
loaned me
game.
some so I could do some of it. And so I
Yeah.
built some of that. But I made it in, the box, and I took a picture on the back of the box of the game in play.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all this crappy stuff. It was a terrible photo, by the way. But I still
we
have that
set
one.
it
I still
all
have
up
it.
Nice.
Yeah,
You're forgetting the best part for me, which was, because I remember seeing that, so you open the box and there's the pieces. He made the box insert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the art on
from
the
original one.
insert.
Yeah,
it
that-
was so
So I
fantastic.
made it. I basically
And why
modeled-
not? If you're going to go the
Yeah.
whole hog, man.
I modeled it after like the Carcassonne size box
Yeah.
with the way that it supports the board, and then you store the tiles
my
inside.
God.
Right.
So I had that art, but because in the big game it's a giant thing, and I think there's a trough at one end.
Yes.
Yes.
And it has that art, and I just scanned that piece of art and then put it on and then mounted it. But I did both sides of the tiles. I used nice cardboard.
It was
and
really
everything.
cool.
Amazing.
It still is really cool.
I still have it. I wonder if I open it up, if the glue will have given up the things will come off. I have to get a glue stick out to fix it. But that was a big one for me.
What's the stock market game? The Queen
Oh,
stock market game?
Yeah,
that you-
Speculation.
Speculation,
I also did one of those
yeah.
too. So there was actually
Yeah.
competing versions of that.
'Cause,
in the
yeah,
group, because
Greg Wilsbach.
Yeah, Greg Wilsbach did one
That's
too, which
right.
I really liked his. But I saw Ro Sato, I think is his name, and he's a game designer. He did our Eco, but he did a version of the game, and I said, hey, I wrote him, and I go, hey, I really love your version of, because it's the Japanese Nikkei index,
Yeah,
stock market,
it's
and
so
I
neat.
really love it. Do you have any of those files? And so he gave me like everything, and then he saw that I had done Survive, and so I sent him those files, and so I built one, and mine is mostly done. I had like the box, and I used his. I really liked his version, but Mike's was I mean, Greg's was clearer. Like, I felt his spikes were clearer on that one. And I think the version from Queen that they finally put out, because it was, Dave had the original version from DB Spiele.
The old Dirk version. Handmade by Dirk and his wife.
Yeah, Barbara. And that's the DB. And so I, of course, wanted to make a nicer version of that when I saw yours. And then I was like figuring out how I do it. And then I saw Rosato's version. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this.
Talk about your survive glue. I'm sure my speculation cards are
curled up.
They're probably bugles by this point.
Well, I feel they use the
Tostitos.
They use the lamination sheets where you just stick them on and
then cut them.
But they would go around and sell them at Spiel. And they were real nice. They had, like this kind of.
Didn't they open like a book, right?
Yeah, they open like a book, and
they look like a book on you.
Yeah, and then they had a piece of leather that held it together. The strap that was real nice. There's a lot of cool stuff. Nerdy stuff. We don't do quite as much of that nerdy stuff anymore.
I did nerdy stuff too.
Yeah.
I did that one. There was Warfle Bingo.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
And we used to joke about it.
It's available on BGG.
Saying waffle.
Yeah, Waffle Bingo.
Waffle Bingo. So I made like the player board. It's a dice rolling game, and I made the player board like a diner table with the grid is a waffle.
Yeah, the game is a 5x5 grid, so why not make it a waffle?
With the syrup dripping off of it.
That's cool.
And
all the different colors. But yeah,
those
files.
types were the packets of
the
Splenda, sugar, equal. So
those were great.
And I just laminated it and reused it, and it was
we didn't just use it. That supplanted the original. We only ever used that after that fact because it was so cool.
Yeah. But it was all based on the joke that we
Waffle
would say
Waffle
Bingo.
I love it.
That's funny. We've all done that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Aaron has done it too, and Candace is probably, in the joy of doing these games, your craft game goes up pretty high.
I mean, I don't want to disparage anyone who hasn't, but it's all. I mean, if you're a
rite of passage,
it seems like a game of rite of passage to at the very least mock up a game you don't have, just so you can try it, even if it's in some terrible form.
Yeah.
Well, even if you're just tearing pieces of paper.
I made the mind in the game with index cards. I just cut them in half and wrote the letters on it.
Do you remember us when we played? I came back from Nuremberg, and I was going crazy about the mind, and Scott was like, well, what is it? And so we got our copy of the game and played it,
right?
And he's like, we were all freaking out. I don't remember who the fourth was for that though, because there was definitely after we filmed and we decided to try it out, and then we did it with Kevin, and that's one of my favorite episodes because Kevin and Nikki staring at each other. But then we did it, and then we were explaining it to Aaron when we finally had a copy, and we're like, well, it looks like, he's like, oh, that's ridiculous. Then we played it, and we're like, oh my gosh! Like the first time we played it through, it worked out. It was really fun.
The face down. We explained about the face down. He's like, that's not possible, and we had never done that.
Right.
We're like, well, let's just try it.
Yeah.
And not only did we do it, which was insane, but that picture is still on my phone. I took a picture on my phone, and every once in a while, I don't know how often you ever go through your phone and maybe go, maybe I don't need all these pictures on my phone. That one is still on my phone.
Yep. Well, it's awesome. I'm glad you guys are all able to make it. I'm happy that I do wish we all could have done it together, but I'm really glad that we made it this far, and I'm happy that we're still going. It's really awesome. I really appreciate you all coming to do this too. You all are so available, and it's wonderful, and it's so good to see you all again, which is. And Rusty, we're happy to have him back. So Rusty and Deborah haven't seen each other in a long time. So it's really been great, and it's you guys that make it fun for sure.
Yeah.
We like playing games.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun to play games, and it's cool, and I really like what we do. I think it's a good thing to do, and I really hope people will get. I mean, obviously you're watching, so you're into games, but I hope others also get into games too, because it's really, really great hobby. For Nikki and I, it's a big deal because we travel around the world a lot, and we make all kinds of friends, and we may not be able to speak a language with them very well, but we can play games, and it really does work out.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. And
thank you, Lincoln.
Yes.
For all the work you
Nikki.
do, for all the effort and the work you do.
Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you too, Nikki.
Yeah.
I know I've said this before on previous episodes, but the amount of work that you do that people have no idea what you're actually doing it's just insane.
It is a weird. What we do is hard,
especially in the early years.
Oh, yeah.
Before we actually had other people helping.
Yeah. We have Derek Porter, who is our editor, and he took over basically editing, although I'll be editing an episode this week. He took over editing in 2019, and it was really helpful. I mean, it was a big deal for us.
You were literally editing every single.
Because I think we also were doing by every other week for episodes at that time, and then once Derek came on, we were able to go weekly, which was great because we truthfully can't ever cover all the games we want to play. I mean, there's so many games that stuff gets left by the wayside. We'll even mention that we're going to try to do it, and it gets left by the wayside because there's just so many. It's just a ton of great games coming all the time, and it's really hard to keep up. But yeah, we really love doing it. It's fun, and I'm glad that you people are watching. I really, really appreciate it. It's wonderful because it really. And thanks for everybody commenting and encouraging us and pointing out our mistakes. I mean,
don't thank them for that.
No,
don't thank them for that. No.
Yeah, it's good. Dave,
it's all right. It's all right.
Dave is good about coming in and owning up to the mistakes we've made. It happens. But the goal is to try.
They're on purpose, the mistakes, to prove it's a real game.
There you go.
Well, Deborah she took on a big one with Clank.
I'll never live it down.
No, you did a great job.
Fine.
No. I mean, so we did Arc Nova recently, and Aaron messed up something where I think he was taught that originally, and then. We started with something, and Aaron's a great teacher. Yeah. He is very good at those deep games, and he, right off the bat, we messed up something, right?
Well, I think, like Nikki was saying, there's the joy of like introducing people to the games and making it more accessible, and so you want to teach it right. Yeah. But also, there's a part of me that goes, "Hey, when I teach games at home, I make mistakes. And when I get taught games, people make mistakes, and you get halfway through and you go, "Oh no, I did this wrong." Yeah. So in a way,
but that's why you don't videotape your games.
Yeah, exactly. But in a way, watching that, like I know, as having been a fan of the show before I came to it, watching a group of people play who play very well, but also play like I play with my friends, which it just gave me a little more confidence that it's okay to make a mistake. Mm-hmm. It happens.
Of course.
It's good natured. No one's gonna yell at you.
Well, we generally get the rules teach right. Generally. Right. But we might not play it correctly.
Or maybe we accidentally make a mistake.
The Dorfromantic episode, as I'm watching, and because I don't know if I was reviewing it or if I edited that one. I cannot remember, but. Because I review Derek's edits, but I saw like things going wrong, and I'm like, Dave and Deborah congratulating each other. So it's almost like we know what we don't, what we're doing. And I'm like, no, that was a mistake because we actually got things correct that others did not get correct when we did that.
Weird,
but it was like I think in the first round because we played it twice, I think we did pretty good, and then just near the end we started, because Dave actually got it wrong. Well, Nikki actually got it right.
Yeah.
She corrected Dave in the teach. I think it's this, Dave. Yeah. And so at least we got it the teach was right. Yeah. And we actually showed it mostly right for the gameplay.
But the play doesn't necessarily.
But what's the thing you always say? We try our absolute best to teach it correctly. We may not play it correctly.
Right. Well,
and we don't do this on purpose.
No. Well, that's when people say cheat. I'm like, nobody's cheating.
No, we're not cheating.
It's
we're
always
not playing for dealer
especially
dollars.
when. So sometimes you'll see things in games like we did challengers, and Dave had put in the wrong cards twice, and I got them. And we blew the edit because we could have completely concealed it. You would have never known. But you see the wrong card go down, then it changes or something like that. And it's just, Derek caught it too, but it was weird. It was funny,
we're
easy it is. Exactly.
Human.
It is easy, and these are not simple to make. That is for sure. We have I'm finally in this place in my computer to have the data to handle all the stuff that we do. Because now that we've switched to our shows are now 4K, it's a lot more data, a lot more effort.
And when did we switch to 4K? This year or okay?
So we did a couple things prior to the beginning of this season where we did Catan and I think Catan, and we did Starfarers, and we did Planet Unknown, which we saved for this season, and then we also did one other one with Gabby. We did with Dave and Gabby. We did that one and one other game. So we did a few to test it. Okay. But we still figured out. I mean, it's technically much harder than you think. Our camera situation, we now have air conditioning running all the time to keep our cameras cool.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. So yeah, it's
In case you noticed that some of us might dress more warmly.
Yeah, exactly, all the
Yeah.
time because we always
Yeah.
have air conditioning. But yeah,
Cooling the cameras.
I really want to thank everybody again, and I want to thank you, Dave, for teaching this game.
You are more than welcome, Lincoln.
And I really want to thank you all for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe while you're at it. And when you do, if you hit the bell, you'll get notified when we put new videos. We'll see you next time.
Here's for 500 more episodes.
500, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It'll be a little easier.
Crazy.